Excuse me. Yeah, Ollie, shut up. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Now, if you think America has made any great strides in civil rights over the last 50 years, you couldn't be more wrong. Just a few years after our first black president and our first orange one, things are worse than ever. And CNN's got the memes to prove it. That's right, memes. You know, those pictures or videos, typically with a funny caption, that your Uncle Lou sends the whole family on Facebook after he convinces himself he's the only one who's seen them. They're as varied as they are tiresome. The crying Michael Jordan meme, the distracted boyfriend meme. Even Joe Biden falling off his bike became a meme. And of course, you could forget this meme. Or this one. Yeah. And of course, this one. Yeah. But apparently memes are now a tool of white supremacy, just like everything else these days. That's according to CNN. Whites sharing memes with black people in them is racist. Because if there's one thing racists love, it's looking at black people. CNN calls it digital blackface. It's sad. Where there isn't racism, CNN just has to invent it. They're so desperate for relevance that they'll push division any way they can. CNN.com writer John Blake writes that digital blackface is, quote, where white people co-opt online expressions of black imagery, slang, catchphrases, or culture to convey comic relief or to express emotions and inadvertently perpetuate one of the most insidious forms of contemporary racism. He adds, put simply, digital blackface is 21st century minstrelsy. Minstrelsy. That's how it's spelled. To which I can only respond with this. That's right. I just committed digital blackface. I doubt it's worse than the traditional liberal version of blackface. Mine's much easier on the pores. Now, if you happen to love Fred Sanford as much as I do, and you meme him, that's a racialized reaction because he's black. And what if I use Eddie Murphy giving the A-OK sign? That's got to make Joy Reid's head explode. No worries, if that happens, there's no mess to clean up. So you memed Murphy. That means, according to John Blake, you co-opted culture. What a pathetic idiot. It's like he believes he had a role in that culture, and therefore he must protect it. Oh, you white knight. Sorry, black knight. In fact, all of these accusers of cultural appropriation foolishly think that they can be a custodian to a history that they had no role in. They didn't make Sanford and Son. They had nothing to do with Beverly Hills Cop. Now imagine if all of us embraced their beliefs that all cultures must be separated, that the only people who would be eligible for antibiotics would be white British males. Because it's their culture, after all, literally. But see, we don't care. Idris Elba playing a Norse god? Have at it. That's what actors do. Hell, you could remake Crazy Rich Asians with Native Americans, and I could give a I can already see who plays the mom. Now, when I was growing up in the late 90s, I was taught America was a melting pot where all different kinds of people could get along. Now that pot's gone cold, and the only melting we see is Nancy Pelosi's face. Now we're seeing calls for cultural and racial resegregation. We've replaced patriotism with identity politics. So instead of unifying under one idea, we divide into tribes, which is how the media wants it. Races fighting each other instead of them. And make no mistake, this new separatism is racism. It's just repackaged, like when CNN moved Don Lemon to the morning show. Racial separatists like to say things like, my culture is not your costume, as if culture is something to be hoarded instead of shared. But there are, oddly enough, exceptions, like when Dylan Mulvaney, a male, or once a male, co-opts an entire gender, mocking it with girly stereotypes, and still lands an interview with our senile president. Poor Joe Biden. He probably thought Audrey Hepburn needed a shave. But again, I don't care. We're not in a division. That's bigotry, especially since the same people saying that you shouldn't enjoy other cultures are the same ones who complain that if you leave out minorities, you're erasing them. Sorry, this is America, and you're free to participate in our rich, diverse culture in its entirety. That's the whole damn point of this place. You can use any meme you want. You can sing any song you want, unless it's Maroon 5. Then capital punishment is the only option. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's a silver fox you can't put in a box, vice president of PR for the wellness company. That sounds mysterious. Chris Barron. He's not sitting on a porcupine. He just looks like he is. Writer and comedian Joe Mackey. She's like a ceramic tile, often found on the bathroom floor. Fox News contributor, Cat Tim. And he once gave Paul Bunyan a wedgie. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tyrus. Tyrus, I go to you first for no particular reason. You know. Do you agree that memes can be a form of white supremacy?
No, unless it's a meme saying I'm a white supremacist. Like,
That's a great meme.
I think then they'd be like, you right? Like, they still wouldn't believe you.
Yeah.
This is the nail, hopefully the final nail in the coffin for CNN. Like, this is insulting and ridiculous. You know, the fact Michael Jordan, literally, I think everyone in here has something in their closet somewhere with a swoosh on it.
Yes.
Michael Jordan transcended, then changed the game. And when he cried, it was a big deal. And everyone did, and everyone posted it. It's a term of endearment that you have transcended so many things. When you make a comment or a funny statement or a meme, that everyone from all walks of life, creed and color, wants to be a part of it. That could not be more of a greater show of lack of racism in this country to where we can all laugh together. I post memes and videos of Don Rickles all the time.
Yeah.
So now am I anti-Jew? Like, how stupid is that? I love the guy, and even though if I was sitting in his audience, he would have destroyed me.
Yes, he would.
And I would have loved every second of it.
But you know, it's amazing what you just said. It's an example of how the left and the woke in general are against sharing. Like, if sharing is a sign of something bad, when in fact we should be celebrating.
I celebrate all the time. If I get an email from somebody from like Korea, like, you're my favorite wrestler, I don't be like, how dare you, sir?
Yes.
You know, like, you embrace that. You love that. You want people from all walks of life to laugh at you, with you. That's the whole point of the memes.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, it's over.
Yeah.
It's going to be CN now.
Yeah.
Just take the N off.
Take the N off.
Complete nonsense.
Instead of CNN, it should be see ya.
Complete nonsense. That's what they are.
Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Greg. I've got, I think Tyrus can back me up on this. I've got my finger on the pulse of Black America.
Yeah. You do.
And they are tired of adding things to be offensive. You know?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, the only two words you couldn't say were the N-word and irregardless.
Yes.
And I thought that was a better world. It's not the problem that we got so many things that are offensive. It's that we're adding so many offensive things. A lot of people just weren't made fun of enough when they were kids, so they can't deal with it, you know?
We needed more bullying.
Yeah, I mean, when you say something that offends someone, they put the person that said that into sensitivity training, when it should be the other way around.
Exactly. That's a great point. Chris, why is CNN still doing this? Weren't they supposed to turn that truck around and become kind of like sane?
Here's my question. What is the editorial process of CNN? I mean, honestly, like, it's fine. Like, this guy is trying to, like, get as many clicks as possible, but you have an editorial process in place so that insane stuff doesn't actually end up, you know, on your website. And here, the people, the brain trust at CNN got together and was like, I think this is a great idea. The dude actually used the words, the most insidious form of racism. Not just it's kind of racist, it's a little racist. Like literally, this is cross-burning, lynching habit. This is the most insidious form of racism, is sharing, ain't nobody got time for that meme. Like,
Yes.
That's it. That's the most insidious form.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, they always have to make whatever they're talking about seem worse than whatever they talked about before. They can't say, this is bad, but it's not as bad as the other thing that I was talking about before, because that's really boring. Kat, how do you feel about memes in general? I have mixed feelings. I feel like they're like catchphrases in a way, that they kind of replace thinking. You know, I'm so tired of the one of those guys in suits dancing. Do you know that everybody posts that meme? Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like at a garden party.
Yeah, I have friends who will always respond in the chat with like a GIF or a meme. I'm like, can you just talk to me, please?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think that many people are really that upset about this. I did see one guy who was like, thankfully, CNN's talking about this. We have to let people know. And then I go to his Twitter. Apparently, he wrote a book called The Case for Cancel Culture. But basically what they're saying is that if you're a white person, you can't share it because, you know, you can't understand, you know, there could never be a thought or a feeling that a black person that was expressing that you could relate to. So basically that is placing the words and thoughts and feelings of black people into a separate category from the rest of humans. And to me, that is what sounds a little racist, actually.
What's your favorite meme?
I don't, if you have a favorite meme, then I'm sorry.
I think you just made a meme. I think the great thing about this show is we just made 3 memes out of Kilmeade, and those are going to be everywhere. Just like Kilmeade. Well, no, he just never leaves the building, actually.
If you need me, I'm here.
Yes, that's his meme. If you need me, I'm here.
So we should get one like, hey, kill me, go home.
Yes.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.